I am Tanner Jordan. I'm a member of the Foundations group at Fellowship. I struggled a lot in new groups because I needed that time to build that authenticity with people, but I was always hesitant to spend any time around people who I didn't already know and trust. When I came to Fellowship, I had that same sort of apprehension and that same sort of mistrust. And kind of over time, I found that the people that I spend my Sundays with are very real and they're authentic and tell it like it is. It kind of gave me that trust and that pathway to be able to open up about what I was struggling with. My mom was an alcoholic from the time, I think it was about a year after I was born, was when she started to really struggle with that. And in that sort of line of bad decision making, there was bringing in of new people into my life who probably shouldn't have been around me at that point. And she got in a bad way with one of the men that she was in a relationship with. The opportunity arose for her to leave, to move to Mississippi with some other family that we had, and she chose to take that opportunity. And at the time, it felt like I had been betrayed or left, or that she didn't love me enough to battle through what she was struggling with at that point. And so that caused a lot of tension and a lot of distrust, just put a very, very deep strain on our relationship. And we moved in with our dad, who we've been with now for just about 6 years. When I was 17 years old, her battle with addiction kind of reached its pinnacle. Ended up with her in a coma for several days. My brother and I and everyone around us, we prayed and we prayed and we prayed. We prayed until I really didn't feel like I had much faith left. And then about a week later, we went back to visit my mom. And the same doctor who a week prior told me that she was gonna die stopped me in the hallway and said, "I don't really know how this happened, but your mom has made almost a full recovery in a week's time." Since then, my mom has been completely sober, and there is still that struggle in our relationship. Opening up about my mom is something that I had struggled with for a long time, and something that I never really trusted people to really open up and give my true feelings about. I always tried to paint this picture that it was, Jesus loved and forgave me, and so I've forgiven my mom. But in truth, I was angry at her, and I was upset, and I felt abandoned. Foundations gave me a place full of people that I can trust and people that truly love me and care about me, and have made it a point to show that to me with their actions, even more so than their words. When it finally came time and I felt like God had laid it on my heart, I opened up to that group about what I was struggling with forgiving my mom. Foundations gave me a space to be open and honest about what I was feeling just in general, and then that gave me the courage to open up to my mom about how I was feeling. And slowly but surely, she and I are sort of rebuilding that relationship. And it is still a struggle, and it is still hard. I trust that God is going to give me the strength that I need to fully give that forgiveness. Having the encouragement of Foundations every Sunday, and getting to go sit and talk about the things that we talk about, and when I need prayer, ask for prayer, and know that it's not just spoken out into the ether. It's something that this group takes into consideration and prays over fervently. I find that trying to be a Christian on your own, that's not how God intended us to be. We were created for community, and we were created to support each other and to grow together. And so being a Christian, especially in a world like the one we live in today, it's so easy if you're on your own to fall into the different temptations that the world is presenting to us. But when you have a group around you of like-minded believers, of people who support you but also need that same support from you, it's how God intended us to be.